everybody, welcome back to my channel. I really like to get my fix of like paranormal videos and story times, random times of the year, aside from, October, which it's like the main topic of the month. I've never had anything paranormal happen to me, so it kind of piques my interest, and sometimes I want to have something small happen to me, but at the same time I don't wish it, because then I don't know what I'm asking for and I don't want any trouble. So I've never had anything happen to me, but I've been watching stuff, and it kind of got me to like reminisce on situations I've been in, and that led to this story time, which is my first camping experience. It was the scariest experience of my life. So let's just get into it. There is a mountain community called Idlewild up in the San Jacinto Mountains. Look it up on Google. It's here in Southern California. My mother and stepfather would, go out and about on weekends, because at this time we did not own the restaurant that we own now. So we had a lot of free time on the weekend and money. we meaning like I would go out with my then boyfriend, now husband. We'd go out on the weekends and do stuff, and my parents would go do stuff. And they were the ones that discovered Idlewild and told us about it, meaning me and my husband. So we would go up there too, and it's really nice to like get away from the city life. As you enter the town, on your left is the dog grooming place. What are they called? Is it dog grooming? I don't even know. But I'm pretty sure it probably was also like the animal hospital that's up there. And to the right is a little fenced area where people can go camping, like pitch up a tent. It's not huge. It's probably the size of like a city park, maybe smaller, but there were spots for you to go like reserve and park your cars or pitch your tents. And I never really got a good look at it in the daytime. Now that I think about it, every time I would drive by there, I really wouldn't pay any attention to it. So one day we decided, hey, maybe we should go camping and stay the night. I get a good look of the place, and it's a little creepy to me, because the woods are creepy at night. Fenced in area, protected area or not, it's still freaky. So as soon as you walk in to the campsites, there is like a concrete area with modern plumbing. So there's like a huge shower area for people to go and take their showers. There's toilets, so it's not like it's an outhouse or you have to go in the hole in the ground. It's modern stuff as far as like bathroom and showering. And then if you keep walking, there is this big, beautiful tree. I don't know what kind of tree it was, but it did have nuts that were all over the floor. And this is important. I'm telling you this for a reason. So our lot, our campsite, I guess you could call it, I don't know what they're called, was at the end, close to where the fence was. So it's kind of like a fenced in rectangular area, we'll just say. And then our spot was all the way at the end. So we're dead ends. We all had a great time. We were drinking. It was fun. We weren't the only people there. There were other people there in the different spots. But everyone minded their own business, and it was a good time. We all went to bed, and mind you, this is why I hate being a girl, because I don't know if I worry too much about my period, but I go through a lot of shit from my period, and it ruins anything for me. It ruins trips. So that's why I like to plan things around it, because I'm just a buzzkill when it comes to that. And I just can't just, stick a tampon and that's it, So I was going to start my period that night, and I really had to go to the bathroom, but I was scared out of my mind because it was so dark, and I was in the tent, and I'm imagining all these creepy things like Bigfoot coming up beside our tent, or seeing like a shadow, or even getting abducted by aliens. That's how freaked out I was that night. My husband was passed out, half of him inside the tent, half of his body outside the tent, but I zipped it up because I was cold and I couldn't move him. And my brother was asleep too. He was knocked out. I had to pee really bad. I could not for the life of me find my phone or our flashlight in the tent, and it was dark outside. I was scared. So I was trying to find it and I couldn't. My brother wouldn't wake up. I nudged my boyfriend. I'm gonna call him husband because he's my husband now. I nudged him, he didn't budge, and I really had to go pee. So I got out and I went to my parents' tent. My stepdad was snoring like a bear. It was so loud. And I even shook their tent. I was like, Mom, Mom, Mom. She did not budge. Nobody budged. I didn't even bother to go to my stepbrother and his girlfriend because I was like, fuck it. Nobody is going to know that I died. And if I die, it's all their fault. Like, I was being this dramatic person, thinking that all these bad things were waiting for me and I was gonna die. Just die, because that's what happens in scary movies. You're by yourself and you wander off and you get killed, right? Or you get kidnapped, abducted, one of those. I grab the lantern, I start walking, and this stupid thing is lighting up my face. It's not lighting up the path for me. So I don't know if I'm stepping on bodies. I don't know if I'm gonna step into a hole. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna step on, but I'm just holding it out like this, hoping that I could see the path. Nothing, nada. But I could see the light at the end of the road, because where I told you, the concrete area where there was showers and toilets, that was nicely lit. And I was like, you know, I have to run for it. I have to make a run for it because I'm scared. You know, when you're scared, you just feel like there's something behind you, just like hovering over you like this. And I was just freaking myself out. And to top it all off, guys, all I could hear that night was howling of wolves in my head. But remember, I told you that that dog kennel grooming / vet area was on the left side of the road. That's what it was. They kept dogs in there, so obviously they're gonna be howling and barking and stuff. So that was debunked. I'm like, okay, there are no wolves here in this area. It's those dogs. So I'm making a mad dash for the lit area, and then I stop and I freeze because I hear something come from the left of me, like if somebody threw something. It sounded like somebody threw a ball at me, like a golf ball, maybe like a small hard ball, and it just like went right in front of me, and I froze. My eyes were wide open. I was like, I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna fucking die. And I'm gonna pee my pants. So I like stood there listening to see if I heard any footsteps. I didn't hear shit. So I was like, okay, breathe. So I looked down with my piece of shit lantern, and I see that there's a bunch of nuts on the floor. So I'm like, okay. Maybe something fell off the tree. Maybe that's what I'm seeing. Something fell off the tree and I just freaked out over nothing. So I debunked that as well. I finally set foot onto the light when all of a sudden, behind me, I hear footsteps. Lord have mercy. I thought I was gonna get killed. I thought I was gonna die. I turn around with my eyes closed and I open them, and it's my husband. So he caught up with me and I was so happy. I was relieved he was there. I went and did my business. We start walking back. I'm about to set foot off the concrete onto the dirt path to get back to our campsite, when all of a sudden I start realizing that the moon is nice and bright, so the night is not as dark as I made it to seem. The lantern made it worse. The lantern just like blinded me, I guess, and made me feel like I was in darkness. You know, when you stare at a light for too long, you start seeing black spots. So I think the lantern was just making it worse. But I start like squinting to see, because And in the distance, I saw something walking. And from where we were standing, to me, it looked like something tall and skinny, and it kind of had like a movement like that, but it was like moving like this, but walking like a person. So in my mind, it was either a ghost or an alien. Like, those two things were what was in my head. And I'm like, do you see that? And my husband was actually like, oh shit, I see that. What the hell is that? We were both scared out of our minds at this point. At least I was. I don't know how he was feeling, but we were both like, what is that? And I was like squinting really hard to see if I could make it out, because it was tall. It kind of looked, in the moonlight, it kind of, I guess, looked like a wisp, like smoke, a smoky figure walking. And it walked like this, and then like towards us. So it kind of like if it was coming from somewhere, and turned the corner and started walking towards us. And when I saw that it was coming towards us, I was like, oh my God, is this a ghost? Are we seeing a ghost? I was a little excited, but at the same time freaked out, because I'm like, shit, this thing is coming towards us. So I'm like holding my lantern out more, because yeah, it's gonna shine further down the path. Like, I needed a flashlight so I could shine it on that motherfucker and see what the hell it was. But it's getting closer and closer, and I'm noticing that it's shrinking the closer it gets. And then when I realize, like, it gets to a good distance where I can make out what it is, you'll never guess what it was. Go on, just guess. Guess. I'll give you a few minutes. You guys, I could have killed her. It was my mom. My mother. She was the ghost wispy thing that was walking. Apparently, her lime green, yes, lime green pajama set, whatever it was, it had a hoodie. She was speed walking to the bathroom, pretty much. That's what was going on. When she approached us, she was still half asleep and was like, why didn't you tell me you were going to the bathroom? And I could have killed her. I was like, I even shook your tent. I couldn't have shouted louder. I would have woken everyone in the park up, and nobody budged. So we waited for her and went back together, and I started telling her like what we thought she was, and she's like, you guys are stupid. Ugh. I was still scared shitless when we got into the tent. I couldn't sleep. I know people love camping and they find it as a stress reliever, and it's just so relaxing. You're away from business, and you know, it's just a relaxing time. But honey, for me, it was the most stressful, scariest experience in my life. I thought I was going to be attacked by Bigfoot. I thought Bigfoot was throwing balls at me. I thought there were wolves waiting outside for me to eat me. I thought an alien or a ghost was coming to attack me. Oh my God, I didn't sleep at all. I did not sleep at all. So yes, that was a very stressful experience. Would I want to go camping again? Probably. That was my scary paranormal camping experience. I really hope you guys enjoyed this story. I'm sorry if it wasn't what you were expecting to hear, but this is something that happened to me, and this is the kind of shit that goes through my mind, okay? I'm really happy you guys could join me today, Sugar Boogers. I'm always happy to see you guys and hear from you, and share with us your scary paranormal camping stories, or the scares you've had at campsites. Like, I would really like to hear about them. I'll see you guys later. Bye, Sugar Boogers.